What up, this is Rama Screen covering movies, TV, and entertainment, and here's my review of Netflix new movie, Bigbug. Hey, before you watch my review, please subscribe to my channel, press that like button, and ring that bell so you can get notified whenever I post new videos. And if you'd like to help support this channel, please do so at patreon.com/ramascreen. That's patreon.com/ramascreen. Let's rock this. This movie hails from the country France, so while you're at it, go check out also my previous reviews of Netflix other French movies such as Stuck Together and Friend Zone, right here only on Rama Screen YouTube channel. You know what got me sold on watching this new movie, Bigbug? Because it's written and directed by the same Oscar-nominated filmmaker who gave us one of my all-time favorite films, Amélie. That's right, it's none other than Jean-Pierre Jeunet. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And while Bigbug most likely will not get the same recognition and accolades that Amélie enjoyed, this has got to be the quirkiest, most oddball movie I've seen all year. It takes the familiar concept of robot uprising and turns it into a screwball house comedy featuring some of the horniest, most sexually frustrated characters ever created. It might be too bizarre for some audiences, and the CGI could get overwhelming, but there's a certain joy to its chaos. Plus, the colors are so striking, I feel like a kid in a candy shop. The year is 2050. Artificial intelligence is everywhere, so much so that humanity relies on it to satisfy their every need and every desire, even the most secret and wicked. In a quiet residential area, 4 domestic robots suddenly decide to take their masters hostage in their own home. Locked together, a not quite so blended family, an intrusive neighbor, and her enterprising sex robots are now forced to put up with each other in an increasingly hysterical atmosphere. While outside, the Youngs, the latest generation of androids, are trying to take over. As the threat draws closer, the humans look elsewhere, get jealous, and rip into each other under the bewildered eyes of their indoor robots. Maybe it's the robots who've got a soul or not. My god, the designs on this movie are out of this world. It's kind of like the Jetsons with extra sugar. Obviously, Jean-Pierre had put so much thought into what could be considered futuristic comfort, meaning things that robots or technology could provide or serve, either with a snap of the finger or a voice command. The domestic robots are there to grant their wishes and make their lives easier, or at least they're supposed to. The dynamics between the characters crack me up. There's the exes and the seducer and the young crushes. Their banters and their arguments are already amusing as it is. So when the electronic haywire kicks in, those little fights among them go into survival mode, and they really are the embodiment of that old saying, if you put 2 people in a room together long enough, eventually they're gonna screw. The CGI at times is a little choppy, but there's just so much of them that it kind of looks like you could probably enjoy this movie with your 3D glasses on. Not that you can, but it certainly gives you that impression. The jokes don't always hit the mark either. It definitely relies more on physical slapstick and confrontation, but even that doesn't always land the way Jean-Pierre expected them to. However, it does tickle my funny bone, the fact that the domestic robots desire to be more human. They would gather the data and then attempt on human-like behaviors, and so that itself provides its own set of hilarity if you can get past their creepy, deranged faces. And the script doesn't concern itself with any deepness or discernment. This is mostly just a wacky, comical, over-the-top illustration of humans' desperate measures when push comes to shove. So yeah, I really enjoyed this movie, though I got a feeling I may be alone on that. I think for most people, there's only a certain level of weird that they can handle, and so this one might cross that threshold.